Yeah, very difficult, Phil. Italy have been in the World Cup of Pool many years and never kind of done themselves justice, but I thought their performance in the first round looked very tidy indeed. In Denmark, Bahram Lotfy, known him many years, nice guy, good player. And his partner, Micky Krause, 20 years of age, up and coming, superstar of pool. And it's a big match for both teams because, you know, they've never done too good here. This is Denmark's first ever appearance in the last 16. So it's a place for the quarter-finals.
Lagging for the Italians, Daniele Corrieri, who for me was the star of their victory. I thought he played some lovely shots at just the right time.
Italy wins the lag.
Micky Krause is very highly rated by you guys, Carl. You hear lots of top players speaking about him in glowing terms.
Yeah, very good cueist. Said before, he's only 20 years of age, so just a nice age to learn, and he's playing in all the tournaments in Europe, and now he's in a Matchroom multi-sport event, the biggest stage of all.
Rack number 1, Italy to break.
Yeah, the table is definitely breaking a lot easier today. It's in the wing ball going there and the one ball in the side, and that gives Daniel a chance here on the 2 ball.
He fully appreciates the importance of this shot. Digging down as well. Nicely done, and now the table is at their mercy.
Yeah, in each rack of pool you play, there's always seems to be a key shot, and that 2 ball from Daniel looked like that was the one. Fabio Petroni, former Mosconi Cup player for Team Europe. Speaking to him in the practice room a few days ago, and he was telling us that the last 3 or 4 years he's really been working on his cue action.
Never needs to work on his desire and passion. He's one of those players, Carl, you know, he wants it bad.
Yeah, one thing he doesn't need to work on is chalking the cue. We've seen that in the first match. Well, of course, there's no audience because of COVID restrictions, but his partner Fabio giving it the old click of the fingers because he's perfect on this 8-ball.
Just a smidgen short of where he ideally wanted to be, but there should be no problem whatsoever. The Italians making the start they desired, and just like they played against Spain, impressive first up.
Ho fatto una palla di alzo per 8 per favore. Io mi sentivo un po' teso, mi sono preso l'extension sulla prima palla. Dico che voglio chiudere la prima.
It's a pity Alex Laley's not here. He speaks fluent Italian, Carl.
Sbagliare due subito, fermo palla, ma era difficile. Era difficile. No, quello è difficile sempre. Ho fatto un pallone. Non sta a me a sbagliare. Ora già sbagliare non era un problema, era difficile proprio. Non la facevo da meglio, però. Sta a me a sbagliare.
All that was no problem at one point. No problema. The Danes not speaking and not really involved yet.
Rack number 2. Our current scores 1-0 in favor of Italy. Italy to break.
There you see the one ball, the wing ball disappears again. And the one ball also. But they've no open shot on this 2-ball, so it's going to be a safety shot. So we will be taking a look at Denmark, but there's a pretty obvious safety shot on here, so it might not be a pretty first shot for the lads. I think the Italian pair can run the cue ball up towards the 8 and that 3-ball. Just like that, and he's got a good 2-ball, so it's not the nicest opening shot of your last 16 match.
Don't know whether you heard there, but the clicking fingers of Petroni were in action. The Italians so far clicking in both senses of the word.
Extension, please.
Yeah, that 5-ball and the 7-ball, more the 7-ball, is causing him a few problems. He's kind of blocking the natural path, so he's going to draw this cue ball. So after the rail, it swerves in towards the 2-ball, which it did, and it's a job well done. And that's not bad. He's going to get away with that one. Good hit. That's all you can do. Make sure you make a good contact, and sometimes the guys do try and kick safe, but in other times it's out of your hands. There's not really an obvious kick safe.
Extension, please.
That's gone wrong. I think he's not got cover. I think he's left the potting angle. Nice shot there. I think he had to put a little bit of swerve on the ball to pot that, and it's a job well done from Bahram. Looks to have a nice angle there, just to come over for the 7 on the side rail.
So I'm afraid that we're now going to leave Sky Sports main event, but don't worry, you can still continue watching us on Sky Sports Action. We're leaving main event. Sky Sports Action continues. Well, not for the first time. We've seen a very big bounce off that bottom rail. And now, Denmark are really awkward on the 9 call.
Yeah, it's a thin one into the bottom left. So he might play the bank shot in the right centre. He went for it, and it's a big mistake. And this is going to give Italy a chance to steal the rack on the 9 ball.
Extension, please.
30-second shot
No
clock.
extension allowed.
30-second
We
extension
don't have an extension.
is allowed per team, but they've already taken it, so
5 seconds.
just in the nick of time. That was cutting it fine from Fabio Petroni. Didn't cut the pot too fine though. In it went, and they lead 2-0, all because of a poor positional shot onto the 9 ball when the Danes should have levelled. I'm not making excuses for the Danes, Carl, but we've seen repeatedly that the cue ball does bounce quite violently off that bottom rail, and I wonder whether that was the case here.
Yeah, it looked quite lively, to be fair. And that's what caused the mistake from Denmark.
And it's how you deal with that, isn't it? You mustn't dwell, you mustn't keep thinking about the fact you're aggrieved. Got to get on with it, and okay, 2-0 down in a race to 7 isn't ideal, but there's still plenty of opportunity to recover.
Yeah, one thing I did notice is when Fabio come to the table, he asked for an extension. And Mr. Lehman, our head referee, he said, you don't have an extension left. And I always feel like that should be your partner's duty. You're sat in the chair, he should be
Track
looking
number
at the
3,
clock.
the current score is 2-0 in
Maybe
favor
just
of
tell
Italy.
his partner before
Italy
he
to
goes
break.
to the table or en route. You don't have an extension. That means he can set up for the shot a little bit quicker and just prepare himself. So a couple of balls made again, but he's hooked on the 2 ball.
Push out.
Push out requested.
Denmark, your option.
So the boys are just having a discussion. They're looking at all options. Once they've had that chat, they're going to make a decision whether they're going to play the shot or pass it back. There you see, they've passed it over to Italy, so now they're going to have to play this shot.
He likes his clicking, doesn't he? I would think at the end of a lengthy match that might get a little annoying.
Yeah, that's a bit of a theme of the pool world. When you're at the events, you might just give it the old click as a way of saying good shot. But and what you
Attention,
feel
please.
was just them in the arena might start to get on your nerves a little bit. Tricky shot here for Micky. It's a thin one if you're going to take it on, and if he does take this on, he's got to fully commit because of where the 3 ball is. I think the safer option might be just splitting the balls to either side of the rail, using the red 3 and the 8 ball. But he's a young man with young guys, and he takes it on and he pots it. But he's left his partner one of them little horrible shots. Yeah, nice shot there from Lotfy. Seemed to bounce a little bit as well.
Well, at the risk of being repetitive, some of those bounces there, it was like a bagatelle. Now look at the cue ball off this cushion now. Boom.
Yeah, I think often it can be how cold it is in the arena. Yesterday, me and Darren played on the table, and during one of the breaks, we felt the table was playing lovely. There was no quick bounces, and we was expecting a few big bounces, but then we thought it was quite warm in there. We just had t-shirts on, it was all nice. I'm just wondering if it's a little cooler in there today. Bahram misses another bank, and Italy have got a great chance to extend their lead now.
Attention, please.
Stood back up, Mr. Cool, and just turned to the referee and said extension with a menace.
Well, he's missed the trick there. Rule number 1, don't force the ball if you don't have to. And he didn't have to. All he had to do was just pot the ball and give his partner any type of shot. And because he played it hard, the pocket wouldn't allow it. Is he playing the bank shot? He is. And he's made it. It's a good shot. He was under pressure.
Yeah, Lotfy has missed a couple of banks, but when it comes to banking it length of the table, Micky Krause was up to the task.
Now this is a little tricky just because of where that 9 ball is. The natural path to spin these 2 rails out for the 8, the 9 ball comes into play. So this is why he's played for the 8 in the same pocket as the 7, and he's played a wonderful shot. He's put his partner absolutely perfect.
Have we just seen a turning point? Fabio Petroni missed a 6 ball he shouldn't have, and the Danes now have a foothold. Italy 2, Denmark 1. That's the latest score in this second round match at the World Cup of Pool, but it could have been 3-0 Italy very easily. Fabio Petroni
number 4.
missed a 6 ball
Current
in
score
the
is
third
2-1
rack.
in favor of Italy. Denmark to break.
It was a real shock to his system and a real boost for these guys.
Yeah, pretty decent break there from Lotfy. Needs that 6 ball to get out of the way, and it has done. So is the missed 6 ball by Petroni going to be magnified? There's nothing worse than when you've missed the ball to go 3-0 up, and then next time you might come to the table it could be 2-2 or even worse. That just plays on your mind so bad. This is why it's so different out there to when you're practicing or you're playing league night on your Wednesday night in your local bar. You just can't get it out of your brain, the mistake you've made.
Yes, in sport it can be really helpful to be forgetful in terms of forgetting mistakes. If you can just wash them out of the thought process, you're armour plated, but so many people can't.
Yeah, and often when you're a professional at something, people always want to talk about the mistakes. Even yourself, you look back at the poor shots you might have played, and you never kind of remember the good stuff you've done.
Same for referees, isn't it? They can go a whole day and perform very efficiently, but they make one mistake and everybody jumps on it. Same with commentators, just the way of the world.
Yeah, it's a good job me and you are true professionals, Phil.
Never make one. 2, 3 maybe, but never one.
So he's in between shots here. He doesn't know whether to put his hand on the table or on the rail. Tricky little shot he's faced with here. He's got to try and avoid the knee. Oh, he's played a wonderful shot here. This might be the shot of his tournament. Doesn't want to be straight. That is unlucky. That was a beautiful shot. Any angle there, they'd have pretty much been home and dry. Now Micky. Oh, he's played a great shot there as well. This is exhibition pool.
Micky Krause has got clear potential. He's got the shots, he's got the coolness, the aptitude, the pool world at his feet.
Yeah, and of course Lotfy's played a lot of great shots in this match, but we're just talking about Micky because he's such a young man. He's only 20 years of age. But he's left his partner one of them little testers. You know, you should have been straight in with 100 out of 100. Now you've got to cue off the rail, you've got to stay still.
Body movement there in the extreme. He got me concerned. He was so forward into the shot, but it went in nevertheless. And now Denmark are on level terms.
Yes, 2 racks all. Fist pumps there. They look a good team, don't they? And Micky Krause, impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Denmark just made some incredible balls, nice recovery shots. They were a little bit unfortunate with the big bounces of the rail, but they kept good in the game.
Could you see this match going hill-hill?
Of course. I mean, it probably depends on the second half if they recover good and get a little bit more control on the rails. So I think Denmark could win this match.
Looking at both teams sitting down there, the Danes are deep in discussion. The Italians aren't speaking to each other. What was it like for you when you were sitting down there? Were you in discussion, or was you were just thinking away?
Well, we were just hoping to get back on the table as soon as possible. We never thought about staying there for 25 minutes. So yeah, of course you can talk about something, how you're gonna come back stronger and whatever.
Yeah, I am sorry, Abin, to keep mentioning what it was like for you. I mean, we will be back next week. Hopefully see you in singles action. Thank you, Abin.
We are currently tied at 2 games apiece. Denmark to break.
Micky Krause looking to pick up where they left off.
Yeah, the wing ball goes in again. But it doesn't look like they've got a shot. Cast your mind back to the 6th ball Fabio Petroni missed. That would have put Italy 3-0 up. Now it's 2-2. These are the momentum swings that can happen in pool, and I'm sure he's still sat there chewing on his gum, thinking about it. This is a real tricky position they're in here. Because where do you push to?
The push is an art form in itself. Basically, you don't want to push out and leave your opponent too easy a shot, but
please.
then again, you don't want to leave yourself in a difficult spot if you put back in. That's a very simple explanation for a very complex shot, but essentially that's it, isn't it, Carl?
Yeah, because you've got a situation here where they want to push out into some form of kick shot or something, but all depends on how the 1 ball and the 4 ball's sitting up. Yeah, I think he's just wondering if is he going to push or is he going to kick. So he's going to just tap the cue ball. Yeah, so he's tried to tie the 2 ball up a little bit better.
No call. You didn't call a push.
Oh my word.
No, sir. Neither of you said push out.
You know, John Lehman's right. I can't recall hearing them say it was a push out. And when you don't nominate, I'm afraid it's a foul. It's happened before, and every time it does, it's a horrible moment for the offenders.
Yeah, you have to call push out, because if you don't, then, well, we're just presuming you're playing the 1 ball. Now, it's happened over the last few events. We've seen Skylar Woodward. He's done it. Billy Thorpe, his partner, has also not called a push. And now Denmark have not called a push. It's simple. Just call push. Thing is, Phil, I'm sure Denmark are sat in the chair now saying, did you say push? And he was saying, well, I'm sure, I thought you said push. And it'd be like, who said push?
Maybe Fabio Petroni has been let off the hook with that miscommunication or lack of communication. And if things go to plan, he'll be able to get redemption on the 6 ball.
Yeah, where the 7 ball is, he's got to get the cue ball over to the left side. That's why he's just taking a little bit of time on the positional shot, because it's key that he leaves Fabio the right angle. Needs it to run on a little bit. Has it come over far enough? I presume it has, because it's a little thin one. He's got to really get into this and get the cue ball over on that side rail to play the brown 7 in the bottom right pocket.
That has worked out a treat. We already identified a possible turning point with a missed 6. Now the push out, or the lack of it. There's been another turning point here as Italy regain the lead at 3-2.
Big talking point there then, Albin. How often does that happen?
I think we saw it already like 2 times or something. We saw that the Mosconi Cup, it was Billy and Skylar actually. Well, in other tournaments, you're not really used to say push out if you don't have a referee on the table. But here, you know, it's probably the worst way of losing a rack.
And in a race to 7, these could turn out to be pivotal moments.
Yeah, and of course it's also a mental game right now. You have to, well, clear your mind again and maybe take the next time out, get out of the arena and get back to the table stronger. Just swallow it.
I must say, I do love the Italians when they think they've played a lucky shot. They sort of put their hand up to say sorry. But this is top level pool. This happens.
And it's also 9-ball, so it happens many times. So it's totally okay.
Albin, for now, thank you very much.
You break.
I was an onlooker at the players' meeting on the eve of the tournament, and the first thing that John Lehman said, or certainly one of the most prominent things he said, was, don't forget to nominate a push-out.
Yeah, you're right. All the players in the meeting sort of all started shouting Billy and Skylar are listening, and everyone in the room broke out into a laugh. And maybe Denmark wasn't there. Maybe they was in the room for that meeting. But it's cost them that rack, and how badly is it going to cost them moving forward?
Well, the 9-ball was in motion there and came in the general vicinity of the pocket. We've had a couple of golden breaks so far, Cole.
Yeah, it's a funny one, the golden break, because we had 2 on the same day, and then we've not seen one for a long time, have we? Fabio has a shot on this 2-ball. It's a thin one into the corner. The cue ball will be running into the 4, which I don't think is going to help get position unless he plays it with loads of left-hand spin. So yeah, it seems to be always going away from the 3, and the 3-ball is on the rail, so it definitely doesn't go in the side pocket. I don't know if he's trying to bank this in the other side. Needs to miss the double kiss. That's what he's eyeing up.
Extension, please.
Yeah, we've seen another thing there with the extension. I mean, why is Fabio letting Daniele call it? He should be watching the shot clock and telling John Lehman. Something we work on in the Mosconi Cup, that in the doubles we always make sure the player that's not playing the shot is looking at the clock.
Yes, of course, Carl, you were vice-captain at the last Mosconi Cup when
Extension,
Europe
please.
were victorious. That must have been a wonderful sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, we drilled them, pal, didn't we? No, I'm only joking.
You weren't joking. You weren't joking.
No, I mean, obviously it was very surreal. There was no fans, unfortunately, and You know, let's hope this year the fans are back, because the Moscone Cup, well, it's our greatest pool tournament of the year, and the fans make that event.
It was a toughie to that side pocket.
Yeah. Hold the clock, please. Restart the clock, please.
Minor malfunction, I believe, there with the timing system. So the clock is restarted.
Tell you one thing you don't see often at pool, you don't see the referee cleaning the cue ball very often, do you?
Needed to hit that red 3 ball just a little thicker than that. Had he done so, the 8 would have blocked, definitely.
Yeah, and you can see the potting angle here, and I believe the 4 will go into the corner past where the 9 ball is. So that might provide Denmark a good positional shot. And this is to slow up, and it has done, so he's okay there. This is another big shot that Lotfy's faced with. He's played a couple of big shots in this match. And if they can run the table, you can kind of forget about your push-out mistake in the previous rack. Yeah, that's perfect. Played that to perfection.
There's no doubt Denmark are proving resilient. Micky Krause spots the winning 9 ball, and with that, Denmark tied up at 3 racks each. Lots of photographs out in the arena. It's a behind closed doors event, I'm afraid, this. But at least the fans can get involved through sending in their photographs to www.matchroom.Live.com. So John Lehman there, the man in the middle, the man in charge. I think he did a really good job there, calling the foul shot on the push out. Bahram Lotfy might have a different view. It's a big responsibility refereeing Q Sports.
Rack number 7. We are currently tied at 3 games apiece. Denmark to break.
And refereeing in a Scotch doubles like this with a time clock and all of that going on, there's lots of different aspects to it. So your concentration has to be razor sharp.
Yeah, one ball's gone on the side rail, so there's no shot here. Just a safety shot for Micky. Yeah, he's judged this well. Using that wall of balls on the right hand side of the table as a blocker.
Extension, please.
As the beeps came in, Corrieri looked round to the referee and took the extension, had no option.
Just look at the height of his hand.
It's a foul.
Yeah, it was always going to be very difficult to keep balls on the table with such a jump shot of distance.
What a well-covered shot that was, right down the lens. The one stayed on the table, but the cue ball did not.
Yeah, it was the safety shot of Micky Krause that forced the error and has give Denmark ball in hand. Let's not forget, Phil, Denmark have never been past the first round.
Yes, for them, getting to the quarterfinals would be quite something. And it's this stage where the money starts to significantly increase. You get to the quarterfinals, you're on a minimum of $9,000 per pairing. The best thing is to try and ignore financial considerations. Try and dismiss them. But sometimes that's easier said than done.
Yeah, the man at the table, Bahram Lotfy, he's lost a lot of weight over the years, Phil. He was, you know, a good few, 10 years ago, he was a He's a big old boy and he's got himself in the gym and he loves his fitness now.
Extension, please.
He's been using the gym here on a regular basis. I've been told.
Oh yeah, me and you have not been down there yet, Phil, that's for sure.
Now that was a big bounce. Luckily, it was just wide enough to avoid the in-off. Watch the side cushion here. Definite acceleration. Not quite as pronounced as some we've seen, but it was springy nevertheless. Young Micky Krause isn't going to miss this one. He's a very cool customer. Easy as you like, and for the first time, Denmark hit the front at 4-3.
Yes, they told me the gym was 24 hours here and it closes at 10. That's my exclusive. Tight game, like we expected.
I think Denmark plays pretty well. Amazing performance till now. I think great communication between those two players, and maybe they keep Italy in the seats.
Yeah, let's talk about the communication again, because once again, the Danes are talking to each other, giving each other advice, you assume. Smiles. But for the Italians, they look quite sad at the moment, quite disappointed. Glum, look. Oh, no.
Well, of course, maybe it's just before the next rack, but I think Daniele made a wrong decision there by playing the jump shot, so maybe they have a little discussion about that. But Denmark looks fine to me. They have not big communication on the table. They both know what to do and they go for it.
Really intriguing match this, Albin, isn't it? We rejoin the commentators and it's 4-3 in favour of Denmark.
Over the years in the World Cup of Pool, there's always been
Rack number 8.
a relationship between how the
of
Italians
Denmark.
are doing in a
Denmark
match
to break.
and how much talking they're doing. When they're losing, silence descends. When they're winning, they are chatty. True call?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a theme in sports. You know, when you go and play a particular match somewhere, whether it be football and your team is winning, that means your opponent is quiet, and that's what's happening here. And it's still a very close match. There's not much in this. There's still a lot of life left in this pool match.
I must say, though, Carl, obviously ability is a massive factor in all top-level sport, but also nerve, and Krause in particular looks completely unfazed. Looks like he's in his front room.
Yeah, they're going along nicely. As Alvin said, good communication. They look up for the job as well. They're not scared. That's the big thing. They want to kick on and go deeper in this tournament. I think a goal at the start of the week is to get to the quarterfinals, get to that race to 9. That's when the tournament starts to come alive. There you see Micky just asking his partner to try and find the bottom rail because he's going to play a combination onto the 9. This all depends on where the cue ball lands, how easy his shot will be. Needs it to land on the bottom rail. No, he might have to go rail first. Can he clip off the edge of the 5 and put the 9? That's what he's playing. He's playing a billiard. Going thin off the 5 to make the 9, and he's made it, young Micky Krause. Great shot. And he extends the lead. It's 5-3.
Ja, den bouncede. Og selvom man prøver sådan at...
And that's 3 consecutive racks for the Danes. You know, everyone's got their COVID-19 stories and the way the pandemic has affected them. What about Micky Krause? He decided to pack in his job and go to the United States to become a professional player and get as much experience over there as possible. What happened? He arrived, and 12 days later, the pandemic hit and he came home. Very unfortunate timing.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year for everyone. But the good news for Micky is he's sat in the chair with his partner and the 5-3 up against Italy in the last 16. In one of Pool's biggest
Number 9,
major events.
Score is 5-3 in favor of Denmark. Denmark to break.
So can the men from Copenhagen press home the advantage? You're right, Cole, about this table breaking off in a more friendly manner.
Yeah, the first few days it was very difficult to make the win ball, and now it's going in pretty much every rack. Positional shot has gone a little bit awry there. It might not be too bad if you can pot this ball and the cue ball avoids that green 6.
Again, the slick conditions catching him out.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, and he's missed the pot. And the cue ball's gone in the side pocket to give it Italy ball in hand.
Start the clock, please.
We saw it with Fabio Petroni's 6 ball in the 3rd rack. We saw it there on the 3. If you catch that near jaw, no way it's going in.
Well, he didn't want the cue ball all the way up there. That's gone a little bit further than he would have liked. I mean, he's still okay. But they've not had many shots in the last few racks, so they'll feel a little bit cold. That's what makes this event so unique. The fact that you alternate the shots at the table. You never feel like you're in a groove. Well, he's had a flyer off the rail there. That looked like it was going to be perfect. Just wondering if through the day we don't have heating on in the building, and then at night maybe the heating's on, so the table plays how it should do. Now this is going to scare him, because if he's seen the table bouncing a lot, He could easily overhit this shot. Yeah, it was a good shot in the end. Nice pot. But he's got to use this top rail. And this is the rail that has looked very lively.
Attention, please.
Just keeping this run out nice and simple. Not trying to extend in terms of perfect position. Just any position will do. Oh, potted the 8-ball, but didn't get hold of the white, and now Carl under pressure. This could easily go wide of the mark.
Yeah, you do see these shots missed a lot in pool. Fabio decelerated on the shot there. He wanted to come over below the left centre pocket off the rail. But it's a shot at the 9, and it's a big shot. Biggest shot of the match.
And the biggest man of the 4 knocks it in. He comes up big. Still though, Denmark are in front, 5-4.
2-minute break.
Yes, it's the World Cup of Pool at Stadium MK in Milton Keynes, the home of so much Q sports over the last
Bracket
9,
number
10 months or
our current
so.
score is 5-4 in favor of Denmark. Italy to break.
Here, the issue at hand: who will reach the quarterfinals? Denmark or the team breaking off in Rack 10, Italy?
Okay, so we've got a dry break, which seems to be very rare today. And it's bad timing for Italy because they are back in this match. We predicted a close one at the start of this one, and it's not disappointed.
He spent a lot of time practicing with Niels Feijen as Micky Krause, and some of Feijen's excellence has clearly rubbed off, although he has missed a couple now in the last few moments.
Yeah, Niels lives in Denmark with his partner Katrine, with his wife, should I say, and his 2 daughters. So of course I would imagine Micky's fairly close to Niels' house, and Niels has a table at home, so there's no better person to get some sparring sessions.
Extension, please.
Yeah, he's in a tricky position here. This is why he's used his extension. I mean, banking the ball into the corner where he's queuing offers no reward because of where the 2 ball is. So he's played a good cue ball there. He's just popped out though. At first I thought he was going to nestle in on the 8. It's good effort. Very difficult shot he was faced with there, Corrieri. So Lotfy's going to play the 1 ball into the corner, and he's going to try and get the cue ball running into the 9 ball. That would offer position on the 2. Could even pot the 9 in the other corner if he hits it correct. But that weren't his main aim. His main aim is to get on the 2 ball. Now, is there a gap between the 9 ball? There is a gap, so he's going to try and go rail first. There you see, he's picking his point on the rail. Yeah, nice shot. Even played it low on the cue ball purposely to draw the cue ball out for the 3 in the same pocket.
Well conceived, well executed.
Pretty much all he could do there, leaving this angle. This is a tester. Nice shot. Could do with this cue ball stopping though. And of course it always finds the rail.
When you're under pressure and you
Extension, please.
desperately need a rack, it just seems as though sometimes those rails have magnets. not a professional pool player, Bahram. He's actually a financial controller in the Danish Ministry of Transportation, trying to plan his journey into the quarterfinals here.
Great shot there from Bahram. It was tricky off the rail. Just made sure he potted the ball to leave his partner a bank shot. The leading 5-4 in this match. This will get them on the hill, and it gives you a little bit of breathing space. Yeah, nice bank shot from Micky as well. So they've took these well. It was a tricky layout. Needs the cue ball to bounce, and it hasn't. He's not got his partner on the 9. It was just coming at the wrong angle. I think he was playing for the 9 in the bottom left, so he hit it all wrong. And all he's got is a safety shot. Now, if you can get the cue ball further over to the right-hand side of the table, it might cut out the bank.
No hit, foul.
Oh, my word, Phil.
Ball in hand.
If you think not calling a push-out was a schoolboy error, that's even more so. He missed the 9 ball, trying to play a thin safety completely. What a blunder. Suddenly, somehow, Italy are back on level terms.
I've got Albin Ocean with me, and your hands and your head were together. You can't believe what you've just seen.
They just played such an amazing rack, so many good balls, and I absolutely didn't expect that position from the 8 to the 9, and of course then the foul on the 9 ball.
Have a look at it here, Albin. Talk us through that.
Well, just absolutely misjudged. I mean, that's a mistake that should absolutely never happened. I don't know if he was even able to hit the 9 from that position where he was standing, or if he didn't see it clearly, but very bad mistake.
And it's no exaggeration to say that could actually turn the game around. It could have gone
definitely.
from 6-4. It's now 5 racks all.
So it's a race to 2. They just made a bad mistake, so they have to get back to the table, hope for a chance and take it.
Now Italy are to break. What a game we have in store now. It's 5 racks apiece.
Okay, Cole. What a mistake that was. We've seen plenty in this tournament, but that's surely got to be the most drastic.
Yeah, you're always going to see mistakes in this type of pool event, in this format. And, you know, it was the positional error from Micky Krause. Didn't get his partner on the 9, and then it was pretty elementary just to chip off the 9 and hope Italy don't have a bank shot, but you've got to hit the 9. What was good to see is, though, while the referee was racking the balls, Denmark give it a little fist pump as if to say, come on, it's 5-5. We're still in this tournament. And that's all you can do. You got to keep moving forward and just book your place in the next round.
Now, this was a really good break from Corrieri. Looked promising until the 2 ball perched itself behind the 4.
Yeah, Fabio's just going to split the balls here. He's going to try and get the cue ball in behind the 9, which he hasn't done. And where the 3 ball is, there's half a chance he might attack this. It's very thin to cut the 2 over, and I don't know if he can use the cue ball because of how deep the 3 ball is in the pocket. There you see, it's very deep in the pocket. So if he tries to use the cue ball, he's got to get real close.
Extension, please.
to the jaw with it. So this is your chance, Micky, to put that bad mistake in the last rack behind you. Great shot. This is going to turn out okay, is it? Needs to bounce. It's not bad. It's a very good shot. You had to get that cue ball almost scratching to pot the 3. Now you've got to try and put the previous rack behind you, Lotfy. Yeah, that's not quite ideal. I don't know if he can pot this in the right centre and spin the cue ball around the table. It's a tough shot if he takes it on. Might have to take a bank on and leave the cue ball around that area. That's what he's done, but he's lost the cue ball. Is his partner on the 5? Well, he's not on the 5. He can see the 5, but I don't think he can pot it there. More drama at 5-5. And this has gone wrong, Phil. He's completely misjudged that. Tried to get the cue ball in behind the 9. And it's another let off, and it's a small chance for Italy.
So far in the tournament, I think Corrieri has been the more reliable potter of the 2.
This is the beauty of pool, though. It's one of the only sports in the world. Like when you're watching, you think
Attention, please.
it's over, and something always happens to turn it on its head. It looked like Denmark was about to go on the hill and be leading this match 6-4. And now Corrieri has got this chance. And Italy might be going on the hill. Well, it wasn't far away, was he? He had to jack down and he lost the cue ball a little bit. And Denmark have been let off the hook.
The team from Kuwait are watching this with interest. If they can beat Germany in their next match, they will play the winners of this.
Yeah, the cue ball's just held up. So he's got a little angle. Just going to be drawing this out into the middle of the table for the 7 ball up at the top. Cue ball needs to slow down. Doesn't want to land straight on this. Yeah, that's fine.
Lotfy would love to see the ball bounce as much as possible, trying to encourage it with his hips.
Yeah, you'll see a bit of body movement here. This is a trademark Lotfy move. And it's there.
In the last rack, he missed the 9 ball completely. This time he knocks it in. The financial controller on the money.
Rack.
So what's Fabio's beef here? Looks a little confused.
It's not tactical, it's just talent.
Well, it was quite simple. He wanted to go to the men's room. Savage incident in this match, Carl, and that's why, even though Denmark have got the advantage 6-5 and breaking off in the next, you still think there's going to be some more twists.
Yeah, both sets of players are feeling it, and of course, why wouldn't you? It's big moments, you know. Quarter-final place beckons in one of Pool's biggest events of the year.
So first of all, the big Danish mistake was this, playing a push-out. The only problem was he didn't declare it.
Yeah, that was incredible.
You didn't call a push.
Didn't call a push.
No, sir.
That resulted in ball in hand for
Neither
Italy,
we
and he went on
said
to
push out.
clear that rack. And then this glaring error, Phil.
No hit, foul.
Well, to miss the 9-ball completely
Ball
off that,
hand.
he could have hit it
No hit,
quite
foul.
substantially and still got the safety. So there was no point in trying to hit it razor thin like that. Of course, Carl, all of the blunders will be forgotten if they get over the line.
Rack.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, when you sat in your chair there, there's
Our current
screens
score
all around the
is
arena,
6-5
so when the replays get put up, the players
Denmark.
can actually see them, so it's double
Denmark,
whammy.
2 break on the hill.
Micky Krause, 20 years of age, can he supply a block-busting break?
Well, word of the balls land. Is it your day? Is it your day? There's 7 balls tied up. There's a little bit of life in this match left for Italy. All you're praying for is if you're Italy, when the opponent's breaking on the hill, is that a road map doesn't come out. A road map is when, well, even you could probably knock him in, Phil.
I think I need sat-nav down about a road map.
You could play a few years ago, Phil. I know you're trying to hustle me. Yeah, that's a pretty useful shot he's played there. Hiding behind the purple 5 ball. Fabio going off this top rail. Just love to hit on the top side of the one. Is that a foul?
No rail.
It is a foul.
Foul.
Didn't hit a rail after contact.
Start the clock, please.
Once again, the refereeing powers of concentration come to the fore. John Lehman, Marcel Eckhart this week, doing a great job.
Yeah, the big ball in this rack is going to be that brown 7 next to the 8 ball. That is a lifeline for Team Italy.
Lotfy is definitely the edgier of the two. The youngster is just taking everything in his stride.
Yeah, a couple of these balls now are not going in clean in the centre. They're going in a little bit fat. That's what we call it when it doesn't go in the middle of the pocket, and the position is getting a little bit astray as well. Now it's decision time. I think what he's going to try and do here is leave his partner where his Q-tip is. Then he's got to send the 7 round the table and try and stun the cue ball in behind the 8 as a lock-up safe. Right, has he got the right angle? Can he stun this 7 round 3 rails and get the cue ball in behind the 8? It's the type of shot where when you pull it off you look like a genius, and when it goes wrong you look a little bit silly. And he's pulled it off to perfection.
In the modern world, when you're in trouble, you say, I'm behind the 8 ball. Italy literally are.
Yeah, there's nothing else you can do here now. You've just got to hope you hit the 7 and hope it goes safe. Or goes in the pocket and then run the table. He's faced with a shot here where if he misses,
Attention, please.
they're out of the tournament. Good thing is he can hit that side rail, so it is a big ball. Just got to hit the ball. He's swerving it round a little bit with extreme right hand spin. Well, he's made contact. That's all he could do. That's all he could do. Now, what angle is he faced with here?
The key, not try and do too much.
We have seen this top rail being a little bit lively from time to time, and he will have that in the back of his mind. He will know, as professional pool players, you get to understand the table. This is why he's playing it slow. That's all he could do, is give his partner a shot at the 8. That's the best he could do. We say this a lot, this TV angle always makes this look a little bit kinder than the view Bahram Lotfy will have. He's made it clean as a whistle, and it's perfect on the 9. What a shot!
First it was France, and now it's Italy. The Danes have doubled up. They've been great. They win by 7 racks to 5.